Alright guys, it is Friday. It's been another great week of training and let's finish it off strong before a big Saturday workout. Today we've got a little bit of a ladder for you. One is upper body focused and the other is lower body focused. First off, we're going to do 2 sets of 30 seconds pigeon pose each side. Then you've got 10 staggered stance hamstring stretches each side. Following that, you're then going to do a further 2 sets. You're going to do 5 inchworm press ups, 5 split squats each side, so that's going to be a single leg squat. You're then going to do 10 shoulder taps and then 5 air squats. All right. Rest between 30 and 60 seconds. Just take it as it comes and just start building a little bit of movement. You're then going to go a nice ladder from 3 all the way up to 10. You're going to do wide grip, regular and close grip press ups. That's going to be 3 wide, 3 regular, 3 close grip. After you've done those 3 reps of each, you're then going to do 6 alternating reverse lunges each leg. So that'll be 12 lunges in total. You're then going to go back to your press ups for 4 reps of each, and then the lunges, and then all the way up the rest of the ladder up to 10. Once you've completed that ladder, you're going to then rest 3 to 5 minutes, and then you have exactly the same format of the ladder. And you've got either, if you have a barbell, front squats with that barbell in the front rack. If you have a kettlebell or a load, goblet squat. If you don't have any load, then it's going to be an air squat. Between sets, you're going to do 12 robot press ups, just really refining that midline tension and the pressing out. Those robot press ups will be pretty hard after all those regular press ups. Once we finish that, we have a really nice solid conditioning piece. We're going to do 5 rounds of this. 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. You're going to do, first set is going to be shuttle runs. So pick yourself either a 5 or a 10 minute shuttle run. Then second is going to be sumo deadlift high pulls. That could be either with a barbell, with a kettlebell or a load. Or if you haven't got a load, you can use a rucksack, you could use a carrier bag. Third one is going to be a front rack hold. So if you do have a kettlebell or a barbell, please use those. If you don't have that, then you've got 2 options. One is a handstand hold, so you can kick up against the wall, nice solid handstand. The second is going to be a high plank, okay? Just to finish off that midline, and we're going to work through those. 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, 5 rounds. Enjoy this one, guys, and if we don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. If we do, we'll see you then, and we'll see you next week for a big week of training. So, last workout of the week, and then we've got a big Saturday finisher. So, we're going to start off today with a little bit of stretching work through our posterior chain, glutes and hamstrings to start with. We're going to start off with a pigeon pose, okay? So, to get into this pose, you've got 2 ways. You can either take a long lunge, and then take the knee down to the floor. Okay. The other way that you could do this is simply by sitting onto the floor, taking one leg out in front of you so it's in line with your hips, and then either just taking this rear leg back as far as you feel comfortable or right up onto that rear knee. Okay. You're going to hold here for 30 seconds each side and you should get a nice big stretch down through the glutes. If you want to add something in here, just add a little rock just back towards your hip. Nothing big, but you just want to work into that glute and get that hip moving to start with, okay? So do 30 seconds on one side, simply swap over, and then 30 seconds on the other side, okay? So remember, whether you're into this full pigeon pose or really a half pigeon pose, you're still looking for that stretch down the glute, just depends how tight your hips might be, okay? From there, you're then going to do 10 staggered stance hamstring bends. So you're literally just going to go staggered stance, so one foot in front of the other, hinge from the hips, reach towards that toe, swap sides, and then push through. If you feel you've got really tight hamstrings, keep the toe on the floor. If you feel like you are pretty mobile through those and you want an extra stretch, pull that toe up. Main thing is keep that chest up, back nice and flat as you're working into that stretch, okay? You're going to do 10 reps of these in total, guys, okay? You'll do 2 sets of that, so 30 seconds pigeon pose each side, 10 single leg hamstring stretches, okay? And then going to go a bit more dynamic. So we've got 2 further sets of first movement, 5 inchworms with a press up. So again, hinging from the hip, trying to keep your legs as straight as possible, walking forwards, one press up, walking back out, okay? Again, just work it through, hit a solid press up, and then back, all right? You're going to do 5 reps of those, then you're going to do 5 split squats each leg. So you're going to take anything that you're going to place your rear foot on, whether it's a bench or a chair. You're going to put one foot up onto the bench and the other forwards. Keeping the hips square, chest up nice and tall. You're going to drop the rear knee down towards the floor and push back up. Be careful though that you're not pushing this knee forwards first. It's this hip is going back and down, working into that hip as we would do a squat, and then back up. 5 one side, swap sides, 5 the other, okay? Once you've done those reps, you're then going to do 10 shoulder taps and then 5 air squats. So, shoulder taps as always, guys, nice and slow, shoulders right over the top of the hands, one hand to one shoulder, swap over, get stable, and then swap from there, okay? Really nice and structured all the way, and you're just doing 10 reps, so slow them down, get the quality absolutely bang on. You're then going to go into 5 nice and controlled air squats, just to work through those hips. We've got some squats coming up later in the workout, so you want to get your hips nice and warm, okay? Once you've done that, rest around about a minute and repeat. So that's that 5 inchworms, 5 split squats each leg, 10 shoulder taps, 5 air squats, okay? Now we're going to move into our main piece. I'm going to do a little ladder. I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of 3 variations of press-ups and reverse lunges. So our 3 variations of a press-up are going to be a wide, a regular, and a close grip. And you need to complete each number of reps at each one. So we'll do 3 wide, 3 regular, 3 close grip. We'll then do 4 wide, 4 regular, 4 close grip. So the volume of press-ups that we're doing is pretty high. What you've got to make sure of here, guys, is that we keep really structured and make sure that your angle of the press-up is appropriate for you, okay? So your wide grip press-up is just going to be just outside shoulder width apart. You're going to have hands, again, just outside, squeezing down into the floor. You're then going to bend from the elbows, down as deep as you can, into that press-up for the amount of reps that you are on at that time. Remember, if you feel uncomfortable with those, go down onto your knees, or you could go through that snaking press-up, okay? So, that is your wide grip. Your regular grip is going to be shoulder width apart, okay? So those hands are directly underneath the shoulders. So again, same applies. Regular press-ups, knee press-ups, or snaking press-ups, okay? Your third variation is going to be your close grip press-up. So that is going to be hands now inside. So we've gone outside, underneath the shoulders, now we're going inside, okay? This one's a little bit tougher, so just make sure that it's going to be appropriate for you. So, you're going to have hands just inside shoulder width apart, elbows again, tuck in nice and tight, chest to the hands, or down to the knees, chest to the hands, or down, snake back up, down, and snake back up, okay? Throughout this, guys, after each set that you do, so you'll have done 3 wide, 3 regular, 3 close, you're then going to do 6 alternating lunges, okay? Reverse lunges. You're then going to go back down into your press-ups, 4 wide, 4 regular, 4 close, 6 alternating reverse lunges. You're going to keep going through that until you've finished 10 reps on each one, okay? Rest as you need, shake your arms off as you go along, okay? Once you've completed that, we then have another little ladder, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time of front squats or goblet squats or air squats and robot press-ups. So, if you have your barbell, you're going to do front squats. Elbows up nice and high, bar into that rack position, hips back and down, feet squeeze to the floor, drive straight down, straight up. Alright? If you have a kettlebell or any load, whether that be a med ball, a plate, or a slam ball, or a dumbbell, you're going to go into that goblet squat. Alright? If you don't have a load, then it's going to be air squats. From there, you're then going to do robot press-ups. So remember, we're going to start in that high plank position, down into the forearms, back up into the plank, trying to alternate each arm as we go along, okay? You'll do 3 front squats, 3 robot planks, 4 squats, 4 planks, 5 squats, planks, so along, so along, and so along, all the way up to 10 reps of each, okay? Remember, again, it's going to be pretty intense on the shoulders and that midline, so rest as you need as you go along, okay? Once you've completed that, guys, you can have a really nice little finisher to do. We've got shuttle runs, sumo deadlift high pulls, and front rack holds. Nothing too complicated, but we're going to go 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for 12 minutes, okay? First minute, or first 45 seconds is going to be shuttle runs. So, set yourself up, a little space, doesn't matter how big it is, it just needs to be working for 45 seconds. So, tap one cone, down to the other, whether you're in a round lounge or your garden. If you've got a big long garden, big lounge, make it a little bit further. If you've just got smaller, then make it short, sharp, and intense, guys, okay? Your second minute is going to be spent doing sumo deadlift high pulls. So you'll have done 45 seconds on the shuttle run, and the rest of the 15 seconds got your breath back. You're then going to do 45 seconds of sumo deadlift high pulls. So keeping the bar into your shins, chest up nice and tall, hands underneath your shoulders, okay? From there, we're going to drive the legs and the hips first, then bringing that bar up underneath the chin, but driving that power originally through the legs and finishing off with the arms, making sure our back is flat all the way through. If you have a kettlebell, exactly the same movement applies. Nice solid deadlift position, hips drive, come back down, hips drive, come back down. If you have a medicine ball or a plate, again, exactly the same applies, guys. Hips drive and up, back down and up. Okay? Regardless of the movement that you're doing, main thing that applies. Hips work. The bar or the load stays close, and the elbows always stay higher than the load. Once you're doing 45 seconds on that one, you've got 15 seconds rest, and then you have a 45-second front rack hold. So if you have a barbell, you're going to take that bar up to the front rack, you're going to hold for 45 seconds, nice and braced through the midline, torso up, legs, glutes, nice and strong. If you have a kettlebell, you're going to do 45 seconds either in a goblet hold, keeping everything nice and tight, or in a single arm front rack and just swap each time that you come back over. If you have an odd object and you feel it's pretty light, then you can always extend it out and really work that trunk position and the shoulder strength, okay? So that would be if you've got a plate or a med ball or a slam ball. You're going to work through this for 12 minutes, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. This should be a really nice little piece, guys. Good blowout before the weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow for a big Saturday session. Have a great day, guys. See you later on.